Well, it's one of those things, either you love it or you hate it.
Right.
Eggnog. It's pretty synonymous with the Christmas season, whether you enjoy it with a little booze or without. There are versions really to put anyone in the holiday mood.
Yeah. So this morning we're learning how to make both spiked and non-spiked eggnog with...
And make your own eggnog.
Yeah. So we've got Maddie here from Liqueur Bistro and Art Bar. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm great.
Is it hard to make? Because I feel like nobody makes it. They go and buy it.
Yeah, in the carton?
It's not the easiest thing to make, so a lot of times it's easier to get at the store.
Okay.
But if you know how to make it, it only takes a few minutes. It's not that hard.
Well, teach us, Maddie.
Well, thankfully you know how to make it.
I'm going to do a boozy version in a tin like I
let's
do
do the booze
at the bar
first.
first.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm actually going to do the non-alcoholic version first so I can get it cooking
right.
while I do that.
Okay.
So I'm just going to add 2 cups of milk to the saucepan.
The regular, like 2% or whole milk?
Regular old milk. You can use 2% or whole.
Okay.
Because we are adding heavy cream to this.
Got it.
So that's going to add all of our good fats.
Yeah, it's not the healthiest thing in the world. But nobody's ever had eggnog to be on a diet.
That's true.
That's right.
And
We're going to use
that?
a half teaspoon of nutmeg.
Nutmeg.
Half a teaspoon of cinnamon.
Oh, yes, that's what makes it good.
Mm-hmm.
And a nice big pinch of salt.
Is that Himalayan salt?
It certainly is.
Wow!
It's pink.
Oh my gosh, Megan, I'm
Hippie
so
time.
impressed that she knew Himalayan salt. All right, so you got the eggs, obviously, at some point that
while
goes
the milk is all cooking up, I've already separated the eggs.
Okay.
Real simple.
And I thought all these years that eggnog had raw egg in it, and that's not true.
It can, and I'm going to show you that version, but that one we're going to shake it with booze so that there's no chance of even having any kind of bacterial.
Yeah, if we get sick, you're in trouble.
So the egg yolks are going to go into my mixing dish.
Mixing bowl.
Cool.
And I'm going to add the sugar.
All right.
I'm going to get buff for a second.
Sugar in the raw.
Right.
Do you use that on purpose?
job,
Can you use
Kurt.
any sugar?
Oh yeah, I'm a spoiled chef. You can use any sugar.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, that really changed the consistency there.
There you go. So you mix that
You don't
up.
even
This
need
is-
one of those mixers.
Again, this is separate from the egg whites. You still have the egg whites in the bowl
That's right.
next to it.
And one little tip too, when you're done with this, I'm not necessarily going to do it today, but you can take the egg whites and blend them into peaks and fluff them and fold them back into the eggnog. Makes it a little lighter and fluffier.
Whoa, that sounds
Because
complicated.
you're essentially kind of making a custard, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a drinkable custard that we're spiking with booze. Somebody had a great idea.
A long, long time ago, a wise man once created the recipe.
Yeah, to help you get along with your in-laws, right?
That's right.
During the
All right.
holidays.
So we're getting short on time. So this is the non-alcoholic version.
So all I'm going to do is basically wait till this comes up to temperature.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to slowly spoon a few into the egg to temper it, and then I'm going to take all the eggs and put it back into the saucepan.
Okay.
Wow,
Cook it for
this
just a couple
really
minutes.
is a little complicated.
It is?
That's why everyone gets it from the store.
That's right. It's a little bit easier. But essentially, after that point, it's done. You're just going to take it off the heat. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla to it.
Okay.
And then we'll pour it in here and let it chill. It'll thicken up a little bit more in the fridge, and you're good to go.
And then the boozy part,
Yeah,
what
before
did
we
you...
go, show us the boozy version because I'm
The
interested.
boozy version. This is my favorite. So originally, this drink is a milk punch. What we're going to do is just make a milk punch flip.
Okay.
So a flip is when you add a whole egg instead of just the egg white. Even easier as a bartender. I don't have to separate anything.
Yeah, you got that bartender swag going on.
What kind of liquor are you using?
We're using the Old Forester. It's a straight bourbon whiskey.
Nice.
New facility on Whiskey Row. Oldest bottled bourbon. Very first bottled bourbon in America.
Awesome. Well, let me do this. I'm going to send it over to Greg because he's got to get the weather going here. You finish this up, and then we'll taste it after we're done.
Absolutely.
Hey, send that bottle of Old Forester over here, too, while you're at it. Temperatures running in the lower 30s.